Okay, I told you about mindset, and then I got specific in the last post about security mindset. Now we're going to talk about survival mindset. Security mindset, we build up this amass knowledge and we get ready for when an event happens, so then we can switch into survival mindset. And think of it like, I call it being proactively reactionary. We're going to create our reaction before we need it. We're going to do something now proactively so we have our reaction when we need it. Because when's the worst time to have a plan? When you need the plan. You want to create the plan prior to. And one of the greatest exercises we do in the Live Active Shooter program is we do this visualization exercise where we walk you through with your eyes closed, imagining a scenario where you spend a lot of your day, probably at work, or somewhere like that every day, where you go through the scenario of, if there's a shooter there, can you leave? Can you impede the killer, or do you have to commit violence? And then we go through it again, but now the shooter's over there, so now we're going through the whole process under a different scenario, so we're ready for that as well. So the security mindset is everything we learn during security mindset, we then apply it to our survival mindset for the best chances to survive an active shooter event. Stay tuned for more live active shooter survival training tips on how to survive an active shooter.